She's a personal friend, and she's a very, very funny lady. The winner of the best joke of the Fringe, which doesn't make a show, but it's the best joke in 2009, a nominee for the same award in 2010. So she's not shit. Would you please welcome to the stage Zoe Lyons?
Hi, I'm not shit. Although I did have a little panic when Joe mentioned there were free tickets to give away, and all the comedians went, "What if nobody wants ours? How much of a loser will we feel? Please take them." Oh, yeah, I am a bit of a loser, but I've decided to embrace my inner loser, ladies and gentlemen, my underachiever. I now have an equation that I apply to my life that's very simple. It's happiness equals success minus expectation. And when you think about that, it makes beautiful, perfect sense, doesn't it? Expect sod all, you'll be deliriously happy. Denmark's been voted the happiest country on the planet for the last 10 years. Why? Because the citizens of Denmark live by this little rule. And look what they've churned out. Lego, Lurpak and Sandy Toksvik. And they're happy enough, aren't they? And rumour has it Sandy's actually made out of Lurpak. So that's only really two real achievements there in itself, you know. I've decided, I've wrapped my little underachiever in a blanket with sleeves, folks. You know what I'm talking about. There'll be one or two owners of them in here. The snuggie, the slanket, the cosy blanket. You choose the name, I don't care. They're all the same things. They all mean we're massive losers in the face of the world. Who's got a blanket with sleeves in this room? Come on. Yeah, over there in the corner. It's like a modern day plague. It's like you never... What colour's yours, my love? Black. Black? Who's got a black one? Who's got black? Actually, I bought my mum a black one. Well, it's a body bag, but she doesn't know. We just zip her in, she muffles away in the corner. Oh, you've got to make yourself feel good about yourself, haven't you, every now and again? I was out late last night, 3 a.m. on Cowgate, and a tramp wolf whistled me, folks. Wolf whistled me. And I looked at that man sitting in a puddle of his own mess. One tooth left in his head with his life savings in a KFC bucket. And I thought, perhaps you haven't always made the right life choices, but you've got a keen eye when it comes to the ladies' I can appreciate that in a man-stroke tramp, so that's nice. People don't like street drinkers. I think, you know, sod it, life's hard enough. If you want to brighten the place up, just get them to drink through curly straws. It'll feel like a party. I'm enjoying Edinburgh. I'm enjoying witnessing every evening Scotland's answer to the pension crisis, or the military tattoo, I think they call it. We gather together 10,000 elderly people in the outside, make them sit for 3 hours in the pissing rain, and those that haven't died from exposure or hypothermia have a little heart attack when the fireworks go off at the end. And then the street sweepers just come in and it starts all over again. It's marvellous. Enjoy the festival. Thank you very much.
Zoe Lyons!
Too harsh. Is that too harsh?
Now, we know each other, of course, from the RVT and
yes.
from days of old, about 6 or 7 years ago
yes.
we started, and we did your show, and you did...
Yes, it was a very interesting show at the RVT. It could go either way, couldn't it? It's the Vauxhall Tavern. It's a very well-known gay bar in South London, and the audience could be challenging at times.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
They go either way. Lily Savage
yes.
Was famous for doing it,
yes.
wasn't she?
Yeah, Paul O'Grady used to work behind the bar there, and then that's where he started doing Lily.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Now, you've come back from a very successful Melbourne Comedy Festival.
Yeah, that was nice.
How was that?
Australia's lovely. I don't know whether you've ever been, but it's a marvellous country if you like your racism and wide open spaces. So... I thoroughly enjoyed it. And the festival's great fun. The festival it's really good fun. It was lovely. It didn't rain quite so much as here. I love an August where you rost. Don't you? Most people over summer, they get a little bit of a tan. We're just rusting around. I'm going to galvanise myself next year. That's cover myself in zinc.
Your tip for Edinburgh is your snuggie.
It's my snuggie.
Why are you so attached to your snuggie?
Because, you know, I find it a fascinating piece of anthropological whatever. When I look at it, I just think, it's incredible, this thing. It's a blanket with sleeves. They've sold millions across the States and now across Europe. Yeah. And you look at that and you go, we've put men on the moon. We've invented the internet. You know, we're curing cancers. When I look at that, I just think, why bother? All he wants to be comfy, innit? That's all. regular people want. It's just a bit of comfort. It's just a bit, and it just highlights our sort of, I don't know, our natural laziness. So lazy that you have to have a sleeve because you can't bring your arm out from underneath the blanket to change channels. That's, oh no, this is hard work. I'll have to watch this question of sport. If you've got a sleeve, you've got the little motivation.
My sister bought me one in a kind of leopard skin.
I've got leopard skin. Oh, and you look sexy but slightly mental with it, don't you? Do you ever wear it the other way around and walk around naked pretending to be an African princess? I do.
Well, I actually find my one is very odd because when you actually try and put it on, it doesn't really sit like it does on the ad.
No.
I've put it on, I thought, I must have it on wrong. I've tried putting it on with the sleeves, with the, the gap at the back. And the, I've tossed it.
It's because one size fits all, apparently, and you think if anybody's actually got anything that is one size fits all, you're duvet size. That's all I'm saying. One size fits all means it doesn't fit anybody at all. It's just, you just sling it on.
Your show's about underachieving, about accepting that to some degree. But you're a great achiever. You've done some really wonderful shows up here, award-winning stuff.
Yeah.
So how does somebody who's so successful sort of get in touch with their underachieve?
I think it's just because I'm a couple of months shy of my 40th birthday, and you kind of go through your life, Joe, don't you? You kind of go through things, and you think, well, I just assumed I'd be a little bit more developed than I am. I just assumed I'd care about things, and I don't. I'm nearly 40, and my day-to-day ambition is to keep my new trainer shiny looking, and I just assumed I'd be a more rounded person by this age. It hasn't happened.
It doesn't happen, does it?
That doesn't happen.
No,
That's
I
the thing.
know.
You realise, you go, I will always be this idiot.
Yeah, I'm 60. I just hit my
You
60.
never are.
And I tell you what, it doesn't alter. I thought I've got to start planning.
Yeah.
Now I'm 60. I've got to start growing up.
Yeah, and then you think,
Doesn't
where
happen.
to? Where to?
Yeah.
We got
You
some
look
teenagers.
fantastic.
We got some.
Thank you.
Are you teenagers down here in the audience? Are you students? It'll all be the same when you're 60, sweetheart. It won't get.
The head don't change.
Yeah.
It's just you wake up one day and think, whose skin am I wearing?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. That is a killer, isn't
Hence
it?
the snuggie. Hence the snuggie. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry. We're a little bit short of time. We've had a fantastic chat with you,
Pleasure being
Zoe.
here. Thank you so much for
It's
having
a
me.
real
And
joy.
I'll see you at Vauxhall because I live up the road.
Lovely.
I live in Camberwell.
Nice, darling. We'll see you there.
Yeah.
Camberwell.
Lovely.
Streatham. Of course, there's nothing left of it now, but.
Wide
Ladies and
open
gentlemen,
boulevards. Yes.
She's on. I've just got to do this. Cloud Busting is the name of the show. You're at the Pleasance Courtyard, which is lovely. 7:30 p.m. It's a nice slot, and later than a lot of the other women on
The
the
time
Have you
isn't
noticed?
bad either.
The
Yes.
time's fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the very funny Zoe Lyons.
That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be